Hi, Jordan Long here. And today I'm going to talk about something that, usually always comes up. Now, this thing only comes up, every once in a while, but not as much anymore. Now, I know I always make movie on this and all the time in the past, but this is just something that I just want to make a movie on. And I've probably talked about many times before. And it's not what you think. Google Chromebase, Google Chromebook computers cannot get viruses or worms or any type of malware. Now, the reason why they're immune to this is sandboxing. Now, I know everyone heard that before. Everyone says, well, every operating system has sandboxes. No. Microsoft Windows does not have any sandboxes. Apple's Macintosh OS has no sandboxes. Linux has no sandboxes, and Google Android doesn't. Sandbox means that it runs every tab you have open on its own individual environment. And if it detects a virus or a worm or malware, then that only affects that tab, and it does not affect anywhere else on the operating system or on the computer itself. So, and I know there's going to be a lot of men and women out there who have studied operating systems. They might think it's horse shit. They might think it's just, might just be something that Google makes up, And then sometimes hackers out there might think, well, I'm figuring it out. I'm making code. Yeah, there probably are hackers out there. They're probably making viruses and worms and malware that they hope can get past the sandbox, that they hope can actually infect a Google Chromebook computer or a Google Chrome-based computer. But as of right now, it's still have not been able to do it. And Google has put up a bounty willing to pay any man or woman who gives them proof that they are able to really hack a Google Chrome-based computer, a Google Chromebook computer, and really mess up Google Chrome OS with a virus or a worm, But as is right now, they still have not been able to do it. And sadly, you're going to come across some men and women who are going to point out obvious things to you. They'll say something like, well, everybody says that. They'll be like, well, everybody says that Google Chrome OS is immune to a virus or a worm or malware, but only give it a matter of time and someone will figure it out. Well, how long do they have to figure it out? I mean, Google Chrome OS has been around since 2012 AD, which give or take, I want to say. And you would think that they would have figured it out by now. They would have fought it. They would have, made it. They would have thinked it through and knew how to mess it up. I mean, Microsoft Windows has been around for probably since 1989 or something like that. I'm going to guess. I don't know. But it's been around for some time. And Apple Mac OS has been around from at least 1984, 1985, 80, so you would think. And we all know Linux has been around for some time. And Google Android's only been around maybe since 2009 or 2010 AD. But the point is that only Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Android are the only operating systems that hackers know how that can be infected with viruses and worms and adware. Chrome OS cannot. And I know there's a bunch of hackers that are still typing away at their keyboards, still making adware, still making viruses and worms, and then just hoping theirs get lucky. And it's hoping that they get that weird guild from Google when they say, hey, look, I hacked Google Chrome OS. I infected a Google Chromebase computer. I infected a Google Chromebook computer. My virus, my worm, my adware got my malware got past the sandbox. Now let's say that happens. Let's say malware does manage to escape the sandbox. Well, verified boot that scans the operating system to make sure that it's in the same working order. If it detects it be tampered with, it will then power wash itself back to what it was before the besmirchment occurred. So you're still protected in that sense too. You know, something that Microsoft Windows, Apple Macintosh OS, Linux, and Google Android won't do. You know. And I know there's a lot of men and women out there. I know the majority of people use Microsoft Windows, and another small majority, a small minority uses Apple Macintosh OS, and then maybe even a very small minority uses Android, uses Linux, and a very other small portion uses Google Android. And even lower than that are the small Google Chrome OS users, you know, ones. But the point is, I know I made this movie many times, and I know there's hackers out there that are going to probably are still trying to figure it out, and they think they will figure it out, but I don't think they will. You know, the way that Google Chrome OS is made, the layers of protection you have, you know, all the different things. You know, it's not like with Microsoft Windows where you have your firewall, here's your antivirus, here's this, here's that. Oh, here's your updates and shit, you know, little things that they can manipulate. Well, it really isn't, they can't really manipulate that much with Google Chrome OS. So it is what it is. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you later.